Giles or St. Giles breed. Fat, ragged, and saucy Newton and Dwight Street. The grand headquarters of most of the thieves and pickpockets about London are in St. Giles, Paris. St. Giles, Greek, the cunt language, also as slang, peddlers, French, and flash. Gilfoot, a proud minx, a vain, capricious woman. Gill, the abbreviation of Gillian, figuratively used for women. Every Jack has his Gill, i.e., every Jack has his Gillian. Gillian, Gillian, of female mate. Says that Gills or Gills. Apparently G was pronounced J. So Gills. Gills, the cheeks, to look rosy about the gills or Gills. To have a fresh complexion, to look merry about the gills, to appear cheerful. Gilly Gapus, a Scotch term for a tall, awkward fellow. Gilt or rum dubber, a thief who picks locks, so called from the gilt or picklock key. Many of them are so expert that from the lock of a church door to that of the smallest cabinet they will find means to open it. These go into reputable public houses where, pretending business, they contrive to get into private rooms upstairs where they open any bureaus or trunks they happen to find there. Gimlet-eyed, squinting either in man or woman. Gimcrack or Jimcrack, a spruce wench. A Jimcrack also means a person who has a turn for mechanical contrivances. Gin spinner, a distiller. Gin gum bobs, toys, baubles, also a man's privities. See fingerbobs. Ginger patted or ginger hackled. Red-haired, a term borrowed from the cockpit, where red cocks are called gingers. Gingerbread, a cake made of treacle, flour, and grated ginger. Also money. He has the gingerbread, he has rich. Gingerbread work. Gilding and carving, these terms are particularly applied by seamen on board Newcastle at coilers to the decorations of the sterns and quarters of the West India men, which they have the greatest joy of defacing. Gingerly, softly, gently, tenderly, to go gingerly to work, to attempt a thing gently or cautiously. Guinea, an instrument. Ginny, an instrument to lift up a grate in order to steal what is in the window. Cunt. Gip, from gups, a wolf, a servant at college. Girds, quips, taunts, severe or biting reflections. Gizzard, to grumble in the gizzard, to be secretly displeased. Glass eyes, a nickname for one wearing spectacles. Glamour, a Highland broadsword from the ears. Glay or glaive, a sword and more. Great. It's claymore, isn't it? Claymore. Glamour. I don't know. Glaze, a window. Glazier, one who breaks windows and shoe glasses to steal goods, exposed for sale. Glaciers, eyes. Cunt, is your father a glacier? A question asked of a lad or young man who stands between the speakers and the candle or fire. If it is answered in the negative, the rejoinder is, I wish he was, that he might make a window through your body to enable us to see the fire or light. Glib, smooth, slippery, glib-tongued, talkative. Glim, a candle or dark lantern used in housebreaking, also fire, to glim, to burn in the hand. Cunt. Glim fenders, andirons. Cunt. Glim flashy, angry or in a passion. Cunt. Glim jack, a link boy. Cunt. Glimmer, fire. Cunt. Glimmerers, persons begging with sham licenses, pretending losses by fire. Glims, eyes. Glimstick, a candlestick. Cunt. Globe, pewter. Cunt. Gloves, to bribe anyone a pair of gloves, to make them a present or bribe, to win a pair of gloves, to kiss a man whilst he sleeps, for this is a pair of gloves, is due to any lady who will thus earn them. Gluepot, a parson from joining men and women together in matrimony. Glum, sullen. Glutton, a term used by bruisers to signify a man who will bear a great deal of beating. Gnarly, a little dog that by his barking alarms the family when any person is breaking into the house. Go the dash, the mode. He is quite the go. He is the quite varmint. He is prime. He is bang up. Are synonymous expressions. Glimp, glibe, a writing cunt. Go between, a pimp or board. Go by the ground, a little short person, man or woman. Go shop, the Queen's Head in Duke's Court, Bow Street, Covent Garden, frequented by the underplayers, where gin and water was sold in free halfpenny bowls, called goes. The gin was called Arak. The go, the fashion as large hats, or all go. Goads, those who heedle, those who wheedle in chapmen for horse dealers. Goat, a lascivious person. Goat's jig, making the beast, with two backs, copulation. Gob, the mouth, also a bit of morsel, hence gobbets, gift of the gob. Wide mouth, or one who speaks fluently, or sings well. Gobstring, a bridle. Gobbler, a turkey cock. Godfather, he who pays the reckoning or answers for the rest of the company, as, where you stand, Godfather, and we will take care of the brat, i.e. repay you with another time. Jurymen are also called godfathers because they name the crime of the prisoner before them have been guilty, of whether felony, petit larceny, etc. Gog, all agog, impatient, anxious, or desirous of a thing. Gog and Magog, two giants, whose effigies stand on each side of the clock in Guildhall, London, of whom there is a tradition that when they hear the clock strike 1 on the 1st of April, they will walk down from their places. Goggles, eyes, see ogles, goggle eyes, large prominent eyes, to goggle, to stare. Going upon the dub, going out to break open or pick the locks of houses. Gold droppers, sharpers who drop a piece of gold which they pick up in the presence of some unexperienced person for whom the trap is laid. This they pretend to have found, and as he saw them pick it up, they invite him to a public house to partake of it. When there, 2 or 3 of their comrades drop in, as if by accident, and propose cards or some other game, when they seldom fail of stripping their prey. Gold finder, one whose employment is to empty necessary houses, called also a Tom Turd man, and Nightman, the latter from that business being always performed in the night. Goldfinch, one who has commonly a purse full of gold. Goldfinches, guineas. Golgotha, or the place of skulls, part of the theatre at Oxford where the heads of houses sit, those gentlemen being by the wits of the university called skulls. Galumpus, a large clumsy fellow. Galoshes, i.e. Goliath's shoes, large leathern clogs worn by invalids over their ordinary shoes. Good man, a word of various imports. According to the place where it is spoken in the city, it means a rich man. At Hockley in the Hole or St. Giles, an expert boxer. At the Bagnio in Covent Garden, a vigorous fornicator. At an alehouse or tavern, one who loves his pot or bottle, and sometimes, though but rarely, a virtuous man. Good woman, a nondescript represented on a famous sign in St. Giles in the form of a common woman, but without a head. Goodyear's pig, like Goodyear's pig, never will but when in mischief. Goose, a tailor's goose, a smoothing iron used to press down the seams, for which purpose it must be heated. Hence it is a jocular saying that a tailor, be he ever so poor, is always sure to have a goose at his fire. He cannot say bow to a goose, a saying of a bashful or sheepish fellow. Goose riding, a goose whose neck is greased, being suspended by the legs to a cord tied to 2 trees or high posts. A number of men on horseback riding full speed attempt to pull off the head, which if they effect, the goose is their prize. This has been in practice in Derbyshire within the memory of persons now living. Gooseberry. He played up old Gooseberry among them, said of a person who by force or threat suddenly puts an end to a riot or disturbance. Gooseberry-eyed. One with dull grey eyes, like boiled gooseberries. Gooseberry wig. A large frizzled wig, perhaps from a supposed likeness to a gooseberry bush. Goose cap. A silly fellow or woman. Gorger, a gentleman, a well-dressed man among kiddie, among the gorger, beg of gentlemen. Gospel shop, a church. Gory, money, chiefly gold, perhaps from the traffic carried on at that place, which is chiefly for gold dust, Kant. Gormagon, a monster with 6 eyes, 3 mouths, 4 arms, 8 legs, live on one side and 3 on the other, 3 arses, 2 tarses, and a dick, cunt, upon its back, a man on horseback with a woman behind him. Gotch gutted, pot-bellied, a gotch in Norfolk signifying a pitcher or large round jug. To gouge, to squeeze out a man's eye with the thumb, a cruel practice used by the Bostonians in America. To grabble, to seize, to grabble the bit, to seize anyone's money, cunt.